Don't let someone who has no experience talk you out of it. That won't work. Just remember this, experience is the best teacher. Look at your experience on the diet. That should teach you who's telling the truth. And if you're a little bit skeptical as to why you're hearing the answer, ask that person, have you had any firsthand experience with the Atkins diet? And you'll be not at all surprised to hear the answer is no, because it's pretty hard to have firsthand experience with this program and come to any conclusion other than that this one really works.
When it's working, it's working. Don't let someone of lesser experience convince you otherwise.
Okay, now just a few words to make sure that we stay successful. If ever there becomes a time where you're not doing as well as you were doing at another time, go back to the period of time when you were doing so well, and you will again do well. It's so logical.
If you get confused, find a time when you were doing really well. Repeat those actions and eat those foods. You will again do well.
Okay, now there's one other thing. It's about blood work. I hope you had blood work done before you went on the program. I hope you knew what your blood counts were like, what your lipid profile was like. You've heard all of this nonsense, this inaccurate stuff about the diet was going to have a bad effect on your cholesterol. I think you must know by now that that isn't true, yet you hear it. So you may be a little worried. Or you may, in fact, have a problem with your cholesterol. Make sure that blood tests are done 3 months after you've started the program, and perhaps every 3 months. When you see they're good and you see they're better than they were, then perhaps it could be done once a year. Fine. There's another thing. There are some illnesses which are basically caused by carbohydrates and corrected by the Atkins program. There are two that come to mind right at the forefront. One is diabetes. The other is high blood pressure. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you about is that you are empowered, if you have either of these conditions, to know what your blood sugar is every day of your life and to know what your blood pressure is every day of your life. Make sure that if these are your problems, or either one, make sure that that's what you do. Take your finger stick blood sugar every morning if you're a diabetic. This will confirm, and I say confirm because I know it will, that your blood sugar is brought under control with this program. It will also confirm that your blood pressure is brought under control, particularly if you're taking medications, because in either case, the combination of the diet, which is effective in and of itself, plus the medications, which may make it a little too effective, may demand that the medications be cut down. So you have the ability to know that because you know what your blood sugar is every day, and with a cuff, you can find out what your blood pressure is every day. And if you have that, make sure you get a stethoscope and a cuff and are able to find out your blood pressure.
Get blood work done every 3 months until it is in the normal range. Once it is down, repeat the lab tests once a year.
Just remember, you have tapped into a group of people numbering some 20 million who have succeeded on the Atkins program. They've not only lost weight, but they've gotten themselves healthier. They've gotten off medications. They've overcome illness. They've done some remarkable things, and now you will be one of them. And why do they succeed, and why will you succeed? Simply this: the Atkins program is not a diet. It is a way of eating and a way of life.